welcome back to Legal Operations One-on-One series. Today I have with me Colin Levy. Hi, Colin, welcome.
Hi, thank you. It's really fun to be here.
And I know, Colin, that you are a legal tech enthusiast, but I'm going to change gears a little bit today, and we're going to talk about innovation, not in the context of technology, but in context of people and process, because I think it actually starts in people's mindset. That's where innovation starts. And I think it has to, flow into your processes. Otherwise, your technology is really not going to work or not going to be an innovative solution. So I would really love to pick your brains on that and get your thoughts there.
Absolutely. I think that's a great topic.
So lawyers often confuse when we talk about transformation and we talk about being an innovative legal department, Colin. A lot of times GCs are saying, okay, let's get this fancy tool, all bells and whistle, and let's implement it. But nobody's really done their homework to think about, is our process innovative? Can we tweak something simple in our process that is going to get a far more impact at a much lesser cost than trying to go in for the whole 9 yards?
Absolutely. I think it's very, often the case where people confuse legal tech and legal innovation. I think that you have to have technology to innovate when, quite frankly, some super impactful innovations can take place in the absence of technology. And there's plenty of examples of that. One that immediately comes to mind is process improvement, in terms of you look at an existing process and you think about ways in which it can be improved through evaluating the people that take part in it, the steps that are required, and so on. And a lot of the times that's what's required to be innovative in that sense doesn't require technology. It just means changing how you do things and perhaps elimination of certain steps or enhancing communication between different departments or people. So, technology is great, and certainly I think can enhance innovation, but it's definitely not required to innovate, as I mentioned.
Yeah, and Colin, for me, I think what is most innovative is when people get out of this "we've always done this way" mindset, and actually say, "Oh, let's try something new." It may work, it may not work, and I think that's where innovation really starts. Is when people start thinking out of the box, they start getting creative, and they start thinking about, oh, is it going to work? It's not going to work. I don't have any fancy tools to make this work. But you rightly said that, just take a piece of paper, put your process down. I feel like every time I look at a process, even if I've improved it continuously, there is always scope for improvement. And on that, I think 2021 is 2020 was tough. 2021 is not going to be easy, and I think the demands are going to change. And one of the things we're going to see is there's going to be a huge demand to be innovative and creative for lawyers, to cater, even if you're in-house, to cater to your end customer, or if you're a law firm. How do you think lawyers can set themselves up for that journey?
So I think it starts with something that lawyers traditionally have not been very good at, and that's being dynamic and being adaptable. As we've saw in 2020, where the world was kind of turned upside down, and as we've going to continue to see in 2021, I would say for most of the year, it's going to be challenging because we're going to continue to have to work in ways that we have not traditionally worked. And we've adapted in some ways, but I think we're going to need to be required to continue to adapt and continue to be dynamic. Because as other industries have long known and recognized, the world is not a static place, it's very dynamic. So the legal industry, likewise, in order to compete and I think attract business and be customer centric, you need to be dynamic and be adaptable and be able to respond to the changing needs of the clientele to which you seek to serve. So in that sense, I think that's really how lawyers can be successful and set themselves up for success in this year and years to come, is by being dynamic and being adaptive and quite frankly, being open to learning new ways of doing things, new ways of working and new ways of delivering services.
Yeah, and I think to me, one more thing that comes to mind is being collaborative. I think that is something that's going to set most people apart. The more collaborative you are, you can bring skill sets together on the table for your client as a solution. Is definitely going to be far more innovative, without having to do everything yourself. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Colin. I think this was very, very insightful, and I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I really enjoyed speaking with you and connecting. Thank you again.
Thanks everyone for watching.